Hey folks, my name is Norb, and today I'm looking at the new Hidizs MS2 Pro. This is a dual driver IEM with one dynamic and one balanced armature driver, and it retails for $99 in the US, although they launch on August 7th, so if you are watching this before then, you can pick it up for 30% less. Check out the links in the description. There's one to Amazon, which is an affiliate link, and the one to Hidizs is not. And if you want to use something else, you don't want to use either of those, that's fine too, because I'm a reviewer, not a salesman, but it does help the channel out. If you've been here before, welcome back. And you'll notice that this review is structured differently than my others. This is my first reaction. It is unscripted, except for this very part that I'm reading right now. So yeah, the company sent me these and I haven't listened to them. I did unbox them, as you saw. I have these upside down. They also sent me the funky looking SC2 DAC adapter, about which I immediately have some thoughts, and their CNME silicone tips, which I'll test out. So with that, let's get started. Let's take a look at the IEMs. And as I said, I've opened this before, so you can see some of the opening marks over here, and that's because these are really well secured in here. Now, one of the things, let me show you on the webpage real quick. So you can see that these come in 3 colors. They're also here on the side of the box. You have black, you have orange, and you have blue. Now, the colors here and the color in front of me is a lot less lively than what they have on the page. So it's a little bit more muted. I happen to like the more muted color. I'm okay with that. So thumbs up there. Let's pull it out. Oh, well, it held up well. No scratches or anything. I hope it's okay. But wow, this is hefty. It is heavy. Wow. Over here, I have the Truthier Clinical Zero Red, and over here, I have, of course, the Hidizs MS2 Pro. These are significantly heavier. Now, these are a little bit cheaper, but they are a lot lighter. That's not a bad thing. Actually, it feels kind of good in the hand. I want to know how it feels in the ear. Inside, we have the cable. All right, the little pouch case. It's nice. It's nice. So inside, of course, you have the silicone tips, which feel very thin. I want to see what the CNME tips are like. This is hard to open. I'm gonna tear this package up. I'm so sorry. I hope I don't have to re-record this because there it goes. It finally opens perfectly well, nice and neat. Like yeah. So here are the CNME tips. The packaging here is gonna defeat me. There we go. Let's go ahead and put these suckers in there. Actually, you know what? Before I put these on, I want to show you something. So these have something really cool and interesting. I thought at first when I saw these that this is just like a mesh cover, but it is not. What this actually is a tuning thing. So you see that this one has a little black. Everything's falling. Everything's falling. Yeah. So Hidizs, a question: what happens when I lose one of these? Can I buy more? Because that's my immediate question. So you can see that's a little black band there and silver band over here. Now these each have different tunings. This is, oh man, the red band over here is for more of a neutral tuning. The silver is for a bright tuning and the black is for a dark tuning. So I'm looking forward to testing these out. It's not very hard to take them off and put them on, which is good, I guess. I just don't want them to get stuck in my ear. But let's take a closer look at the actual IEM itself. I really like the way these look. I do wonder in cold mornings whether the metal would be very cold to my ears, because I can imagine these getting very cold during cold mornings. Now, as for the cable itself, you actually have the option of a 3.5 and a 4.4 connector jack. It's one or the other. It's not like it's a swappable connector there. The frequency ranges from 20 to 40 kilohertz, which is good. 17 ohm impedance and 111 decibel sensitivity at 1 kilohertz. That tells me that this thing can get loud. So please protect your hearing. I'm gonna go ahead and take a listen. So comfort is good. The sizing is not bad. Actually, let's go ahead and size these real quick. We have 4.5 millimeters for length. It is 6 millimeters on the dot for the nozzle width, 23.77 millimeters. And for the thickness, it's not very thick. It's not very tall. So I like that. So it's a good size. It's not particularly large, which is great. These feel good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SD2 itself. So some of the thoughts I had on the SD2. So my first thought initially when connecting it, this wide spot over here may be an issue for some cases. The second thing is going to be the angling of it. So putting it on is fine. Connecting it is fine, but immediately I'm already pushing to the side. So if I pull it out, you can see that I'm pulling out already. So I'm doing this back and forth motion, and I'd be very concerned about the stability of the plug itself. I'd be concerned about the port itself. So my recommendation is that if you're using this, first connect it, then connect it. And then when you disconnect, first disconnect, then disconnect, or make sure to hold on very well to it and then disconnect it so that you don't get that rocking back and forth. Let's go ahead and listen to some music. For this, I'm not comparing it to anything. What I'm doing instead is I'm just listening to it and then maybe swapping out the nozzles and giving my first reactions. I will start with one of my favorites. It is the Adagio from Butterfly Lovers Concerto for Violin. The piece starts very quietly and it starts with a flute solo coming in. And the flute solo felt, it was nice. The timbre was good. The instrument separation wasn't like super huge, but it was very good for what I heard. Remember, this is a dual driver. It's not going to compare to something like the Kiwi Ears Astro, which I just did a review on, just because that one has 7 drivers, not 2. But back to this one. The sound is good. It's my point. It's nice, it's crisp. It sounds all right. A bass line comes in where you start plucking the bass, and that second note is always a good gauge for me into the physicality. Is it physical? Are the headphones physical? Can they achieve that? This is decent. So I would be very happy with these. Again, for classical, I'd A-okay for that one. So let's move on to something else. My next one is going to be Dreamer by Love. I absolutely love Love's music. The voices here, again, good. The tuning itself was excellent. So I have zero problems with the tuning. It feels fine. It sounds fine. Okay, I'm going to switch out to another song just to hear the men's vocals at this point. Let's go ahead and move to Peace Somehow by Avi Kaplan. Here's the thing as far as the voices are concerned. They're good. I like them. I enjoy them. At a higher price category, you're going to get a better definition overall. From Avi Kaplan's standpoint, the deep voices, that was good. That was nice, full, resonant. I liked it. The tuning was great on this one. In fact, it doesn't feel like there's much of a roll-off at the end, which I like. As for women's vocals, it sounded okay. It wasn't something that would have inspired me or enthralled me per se, but again, for the price itself, $99, $100, it's actually quite good, and I really, really enjoy it. Although I want to test out to see what that sounds like with one of the other nozzles, so I'm going to go ahead and switch it out. I'm going to go with Bright here. Now, actually, I want to talk about tuning for a little bit because these guys do a lot to try to tune the IEMs. First things first, this swappable nozzles for tuning it is fantastic. It's the first time I've seen something like this. Maybe there's others like it, but I think it's a great idea if you want to go ahead and tune it without needing to do much EQing. So the second thing is that you have the default ear tips. You notice that you have the clear one, which have a wider bore, and this one, which has a narrower bore. So you can tune how much bass or treble you want according to this one. Hidizs is giving you a lot of tools to tune the sound how you want, that is a fantastic value. But let's see what it's like in action. I'm gonna listen again to Love because I think her voice could have stood, a little bit more treble for me. The brighter tips are definitely brighter. There is a definite sharpness to the sound. So if you like that bright sound, the sharp sound, then swapping out for the brighter, for the silver, definitely what you want to go ahead and do with these. I thought it was a little too sharp for me with her voice. I'm not a fan of that per se, but I do like what it did to everything else in her voice. So some fiddling with the tuning would still not be a bad idea for me. Actually, we're going to go back to the classical real quick, and let's take a look at the Adagio Cantabile. Okay, so when it comes to classical, with the brighter tuning filter, the silver tuning filter, with classical, it works really well. I would want a little more bass to go along with that classical. I guess I want more of a V-shaped response, but it's not bad. In fact, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. As a violin lover myself, that was fantastic. I really, really liked it a lot. So bravo there. I'm gonna try the bass one actually. I will say the ear tips are very comfortable. The C anemone ones here, I've been not bad. I haven't tried the other ones just yet, but I'm perfectly happy with the C anemone ones. Now this is bass. Let's go ahead and go with Peace Somehow with Avi Kaplan. Okay, so the bass tips, the black ones, they do warm up the sound some. Not too warm, it's not soupy by any means, it's still nice and clear, but it makes a big difference in the sound, and I really enjoyed this. If you want a warmer sound, this is definitely what you would want to go ahead and use. So I gotta tell you, up to now, I've really enjoyed these IEMs. I think they're actually quite excellent, and the tuning filters are I mean, this is brilliant. This is probably my favorite feature right now because I can just go ahead and EQ it on the fly for whatever I want to super easily. Overall, I think these are fantastic right now. I'm really enjoying them. I want to take them through some paces to see what the ups and downs are, but the tuning filter is just such a fantastic, magnificent addition to these. And this alone, I think, is worth the price of entry. I think this alone makes the value here super high. Yes, the IEMs are good. The cable is nice. The build is, I mean, it's nice, it's hefty, but it doesn't feel bad in my ear. But this tuning filter, man, this is such a good addition. It really, really is. So there you have it. That's my short-term thought. Finally, though, if you do want to see my full review when it drops, hit the subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed this or found it useful, make me hit that like button. Anyway, take care.